G'day investors and welcome to another episode of Stocks to Watch. My name's John Franklin, an experienced exploration geologist and your host. Today we're taking a closer look at First Nordic Metals. They're a Canadian and Stockholm listed gold explorer with assets across Finland and Sweden. Flagship asset, however, is in Sweden, being the Barsele project, which has 2.4 million ounces of inferred and indicated gold already outlined in the resource. And furthermore, that's a 55-45 JV with one of the best capital allocators in the world, Agnico Eagles. So today I'm joined by the CEO of First Nordic Metals, Taj Singh. Welcome to the show, Taj.
Thank you for having us, John.
My pleasure, mate. Good to be talking again. Now, you've been drilling for a couple of months now, but you've just managed to get the first drill results through the door just last week or the week before. Did you want to give us a run through of what you were targeting and what those results look like?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Yeah, thanks, John. Just to put it in context, you gave a bit of an intro, but Barsele is our flagship project. As you know, it's our most advanced project in a JV with Agnico. They are the operator of that project and have been for many years. But our thesis and how First Nordic Metals came together is the fact that we 100% own around Barsele 40 kilometers or so to the north and 40 kilometers to the south or so on that same belt, the gold line belt. We own 100% of that strike. So in total, you're looking at close to about 100 kilometers of strike. And our thesis here, just to give context before I talk about these results, is there's more deposits to be found. They can't just be, a circa 3 million ounce deposit sitting there and hopefully with room to grow with no other deposits nearby. And so this is our goal over the next couple of years, is to go find new deposits. Our most advanced 100% owned target is the Ida target that sits on the Powbacken property project package, which is below Barsele, probably 20, 30 kilometers south of the Barsele project. We embarked on a 10,000 meter program there, and we've just wrapped up. As you said, we recently released the first 14 of the 39 holes, and we're very excited for multiple reasons. First of all, to put it in context, this target is about a 4 kilometer long structural corridor right along that gold line belt. We've done all the prerequisite geochemistry work, as well as obviously a lot of the geophysics work and structural work. All of that has been done, and now it's time to drill. There's been about 5-6 holes that have had good success and never really followed up on, at least for the past couple of years. And this is the first now real program. So this is a maiden drill program, really. And the first 14 holes, John, we hit 12 of them. On 12 of them, we hit gold. Secondly, we had about 6-7 very nice intercepts in terms of grade and width. 2 meters over 2 grams per ton of gold over 22 meters, 5.5 grams per ton over like close to 5 meters. So again, strong intercepts, both in terms of grade and width, and very typical of what you see in the region in terms of the grade-width combo, including what you see at Barsele. We defined 3 new mineralized zones, completely brand new. So now this target, this project, is coming together as kind of a multi-zone system, and we think we can really put some scale on it. We've got the greatest drill density around kind of the main discovery area, which was when one of the previous holes we followed up on it, extended the depth now of the structure and extended the strike. So things are coming into focus. Again, big thing, we were doing like huge step outs, 500-meter step outs hitting on every hole. So this is the first half or first third of results to come out. Very exciting. We hope to be able to continue to put results out in the short term and really show what this project could be.
Fantastic. So there's a lot of upside there. So you've hit 12 out of 14 holes. You're doing some step out. It sounded like you had multiple 20 gram meter plus intercepts in the maiden program. So that's pretty exciting. So you're waiting on a few more holes to come back from Ada, but you're not wasting any time getting the drill rig spinning on the next project. Did you want to have a chat about the Nippus target?
Yeah, great point. The Nippus target is one of the most advanced targets on the Stockstobuy project package. So if you look at the gold line belt, you've got the Powbacken project package, which takes up about 40 kilometers of strike, Barsele, which is about 30 kilometers of strike or so. And then, 30, 40 kilometers of strike in the north is the Stockstobuy project package. Again, 100% owned. The most advanced target is in the northern part of the property called the Nippus target. It's been defined as a probably 4.5 to 5 kilometer structural corridor with very strong glacial till and bedrock values. And this is the maiden drill program. Again, it's all the excitement I talked to you about on IDA is again happening at Nippus. Nippus is a true maiden drill program. So we put in 5,000 meters. We're almost wrapping that up. Results will continue to come back. We haven't released any results on Nippus yet, but it's exciting. It's a brand new target that checks all the boxes. Structurally, geochemically, we really worked very systematically and efficiently at advancing these targets. So, I think we've got a good probability of success at Nippus. We kind of have defined three mineralized corridors there, and we focused on two of them and kind of put, say, 3,500 meters in one and about 1,500 meters on one, testing about, in each case, about 1.5 to 2 kilometers of strike in each case. So again, big scale here, early stage drilling. We're seeing the geology we like, which is great. And then again, a lot of these targets, you can compare the geology and the learnings you have from one project because it's all regional to each other. You can use a lot of the same kinds of learnings, which lithologies look like they host some of the best grades, what alteration you're looking for, as you know. So we're excited. And again, those results for Nippus will follow in succession along with IDA. So lots of drill results to come.
Great. It sounds like your initial targeting strategy is obviously paying dividends. It's working. So did you want to give a bit of a background of what you used to outline these drill targets across the tenement package?
Yeah, high level, John, the methodology, it's kind of one extra step which you have to do in the Nordics because much of basically all of the bedrock here is covered with glacial till in these northern climates. And so you will have to do, your geophysics for structure, various types of geophysics work here. We relied a lot on mag and EM to really develop a full understanding of the structural architecture here. Then you got to sample. You sample not only the till, and obviously it's the bottom layer of the till that's just before the bedrock, the B horizon, potentially even the C horizon. And then you also then eventually, before you diamond drill, you do what's essentially percussion drilling, short holes into the bedrock, which we call base of till drilling, top of bedrock drilling. These are all giving more and more information, and there's a very good correlation between glacial till, anomalous values with pathfinders and with gold, and what you see in bedrock, and then what you see in diamond drill. We've noticed there's some very good correlation. So it's proved to be an effective system for us, and we've got, including IDA and Nippus, we've got 10 multi-kilometric targets right now. IDA and Nippus are the most advanced, all on 100% owned ground. This is not including Barsele. So we've got a bunch of work to do, and I think, to be honest, by the end of this year, I think we're probably going to add 3, 4 more new ones. We've been going through the database and saying, hey, this looks interesting. Let's do a little more work here, and we've been finding more new early stage targets. So target rich environment for sure, and an exciting time.
Awesome. Yeah, there's no better feeling than seeing your conceptual target coming through on the drill bit. So very exciting times. So you were saying you've outlined more targets. Is the plan to send the drill rig onwards further after Nippus, or what's the plan for the rest of the exploration program?
Yeah, we already have drill ready targets that are next in queue. Likely it will be the Harpson target. There's potential we go back to IDA because we're having very good results. Potential we go back to Nippus. So what we like to do is we've got multiple locations that the rig could go back to, and we'll see as these results come in where we want to send it to. So I think there's definitely some more meters left in the rest of the year. Nippus is finishing up. So you've got 10 at IDA, another 5,000 meters in Nippus, and then I think we've got at least 5 to 10,000 more left and moving to 2026 as well.
Yeah, great. And it sounds like you've got a fair budget to keep the exploration running because you've just recently completed a 15.4 million upsized and subsequently oversubscribed financing. So apart from drilling, what are you going to do with that money?
Like I mentioned in the previous answer, John, we're going to see how the drilling kind of pans out and figure out where to go. The majority of that money is going into drilling. These are as we all know in exploration, drilling are the main costs that we put our capital into. But obviously, as we mentioned, with such a large land package, some portion of that is going to be allocated to generating new earlier stage targets that then move through the pipeline. So, high level, this 15.4, I think is a is a clear kind of, reflection of the institutional interest in our growth story. I think it's really good validation from the market. And I think they like our plan, they like our business plan. And, we'll continue to take in the results and figure out how to deploy it. But effectively, all through 2026 now, we're basically covered for doing significant amount of drilling, likely more than we had in 2025.
Exciting times. So shifting now towards a separate transaction that you made, you recently acquired EMX Royalty Corporation's Nordic business unit, which is a long-standing technical partner of First Nordic's kind of key assets. What was this acquisition? Why was it strategically important, and how does it strengthen First Nordic moving forwards?
Yeah, I think it was a natural fit, John. EMX has been, again, as you noted, a long-standing partner for us. So a lot of the geologists, field technicians, et cetera, we've been using as we were Gold Line, and then we've merged with Barsele Minerals to form First Nordic Metals. We continue to use EMX, and these are geologists, field staff who've been in the area for 10 years, 15 years. Like they know this area inside out. They know how to get exploration permits very quickly. They know how to, what rocks are looking good here, things like that. These little things that it takes a lot of time working in the area to know. So it was a natural fit. And a big part of it was EMX is often they work with other companies in the area as kind of they send over contracting geologists, contracting field staff. And we said, well, we have a plan here where we're going to go find more deposits over the next 2 years and make this a district. We need more full-time 100% help. So we're taking these guys all on. It was a natural fit. It shows our commitment to the region as well. And it kind of like ensures operational efficiency in the region. So very strong, highly experienced Nordic team. We have a dedicated operational hub now. We got a camp. We got, tons and tons of exploration equipment. So it was more of a question of we don't want to share them. We're going to need them 100% of the time, if not grow. So that's why it obviously made sense to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't want to share the goodies. Yeah, I mean, EMX has been responsible for multiple, if not discoveries, very good deals. So that they come with a strong tradition, and like you say, that local knowledge, especially in Sweden and Finland, I've noticed is extremely useful, and picking it out is important. Now, finally, First Nordic was also recognized as a 2025 TSX Venture 50 company, ranking 22nd out of more than 1,600 based on 2024 share price performance. What are you doing now to build on that momentum?
Yes, this Venture 50 award was a nice recognition we got. I think what's important is it was not only based on share price increase over the year, but also trading volume increase. I think it's a very important metric to see that this is a story that's being talked about that trades well, an important kind of metric as you move towards getting larger investors. Also, obviously, market cap growth is part of this metric too. So it was great to get that. And I think 2024 was really about getting the merger completed between Gold Line and Barsele Minerals to create First Nordic Metals, telling the world what First Nordic Metals is all about, what is the opportunity, getting some early stage work ready so we could begin drilling, doing a really significant drill program, the biggest this kind of region has seen in decades, all getting that ready in 2024 and building up the story. Commodity price was favorable, and actually the region was strong. It's a region that's seen increased kind of M&A activity, Scandinavia and the Nordics, and seeing other issues around the world related to mining, the flight for kind of good jurisdictions. So that was all kind of how 2024 was set up. I think 2025 is so exciting because there's just so much work being done on the ground. Early stage work in terms of geochemistry, huge, like 10, 20,000 geochemistry samples. Then moving on to base of till drilling, as I talked about, doing hundreds of holes, if not thousands. Then moving that on to diamond drilling and big diamond drill programs at being done at big targets. So that's what 2025 is all about. I think you talked about building on it. I think 2025 is gonna very much build on that 2024 year. We set the stage in 2024, and now we're going out there. And a lot of the stuff we talked about is, you get your targets ready to drill, and you drill and you hit. It's a nice feeling. You might not have hit, A lot of times happens to a lot of people who are very good in the field, and sometimes you don't hit. But we were just so encouraged by the fact that these are basically the first drill programs at these properties, and they hit and they hit and they hit, and they're showing the real scale and potential here. So yeah, 2025 year, big year. And I think moving into 2026, we're just going to keep rolling as well in terms of moving our business plan forward. And really, what is our plan? Our vision is to create this district scale belt with multiple deposits in northern Sweden.
Great. So yeah, you're getting drill results. Your exploration kind of criteria seems to be hanging together. You've got money in the bank, and the share price is doing well. I don't see too many downsides there, Taj. So very exciting times. It was great talking to you, and looking for. Well, did you just want to give investors and potential investors your ticker codes on both the Canadian Exchange and Stockholm Exchange?
Sure. On the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, we are FNM. And on the Stockholm, we are FNMC SDB on the Stockholm NASDAQ First North Growth Market. We're also in New York on the OTCQB, soon upgrading to the OTCQX as FNMCF.
Fantastic. All right, Taj, we'll look forward to catching up with you again soon, mate.
Thank you very much, John.